What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of great bands? Well, of course, you have starters the Beatles. Obviously the Beatles. You have and when you think of these great said bands, do you think they could ever be topped, destroyed, disintegrated? Well, here in the United Kingdom, where most great bands come from, there is a little thriving town called Blackburn. And in this town, there is an up-and-coming band. They're hot, and they have no shame. This is Hot Shame.
Yes, he does. You have no idea how many times he's done it before you joined the band. And you haven't been in the band for a hell of a long time, so
I ventured out into the urban jungle of Blackburn to locate Hot Shame. Thierry. The recording studio that Hot Shame were practicing in. Lo and behold, I had finally found them.
What works? He just mixed some casual examination on me. Oh.
Hi, I'm Thierry Balshaw. I'm the singer of the band Hot Shame. I'm 17 and I was born in Blackburn. Well, basically I joined Blackburn College in September 2017 and I was on the media course, but I met my friends, obviously Lewis and Antony, who were on the music course. I met them guys and I got along with them, and they said they needed a singer for their band, so you know I was really intrigued to join them. I just met them, you know, just around college and stuff. You know, when I started, didn't really have many friends outside my course, but I made friends with them in the cafe. So actually with Lewis first, I met Lewis first, and then he introduced me to the others like Antony and the other guys who've gone to university now. So yeah, I got into singing I kind of really just like when I was younger, I'd watch YouTube videos like, you know, AMVs, you know, music videos and stuff. And when I was about 14, I downloaded a load of like metal albums on my phone. So I really got into all these albums. Like I can mention a few examples. Yeah. Toxicity by System of a Down and a few others like that. A lot of the Metallica albums. I really got into that stuff, and as I listened to it, I'd just sing along to it, and I really developed that talent, and years later I got good at it. It really like grabbed me in, and it wasn't just the singing and stuff, it's like the whole stage performances. I've watched lots of live videos of what the frontmen would do on stage, and I'm like, yeah, that really builds my confidence up to do stuff like that. I'd say that Lewis was the founder. I'd say that Lewis was the founder of the band, but I kind of helped things in a way to, you know, give us some extra ideas to make us more creative. You know, I write a lot of the lyrics and stuff, and I come up with concepts for songs, and I even helped to draw a logo, which I'm still trying to get better at with my drawing skills. Personally, I think, you know, I think we should be like slightly famous. I don't know if I'm ready to be proper like world famous and stuff, but I think if we're like slightly known in the metal community, well, hard rock community and stuff, I think it will be good, because I think there's a lack of this kind of music these days. I mean, it exists, but pop music and rap music and stuff has definitely taken over it, which I think is sad. So I think we should make our mark in this. I think about so much stuff like all the time, and personally I just go by myself. I don't like to follow what people do these days, as long as it makes me happy. Anyway, so Lewis, I get he's like self-conscious and stuff, but you know, I say his guitar skills definitely do need to be improved, but he has gotten better, and that's all that counts really and stuff. And Antony's really good on drums, like, because he likes the much heavier stuff than I do, like the speed metal bands, the death metal bands where they play proper fast. But I do think he needs to like maybe write some lyrics of his own, maybe like improve with stuff like that, because you know he needs to get better. And the two, and Kieran and Sharrukh, they seem talented enough and stuff, but I think they need to be more engaged with the band personally, I think, and see what we have on offer, because I believe in this project.
And here's the last question: do you think that in any way possible that Hot Shame is going to be as big as the Beatles?
Oh crap, I mean, how many bands have wanted to say we wanted to be as big as the Beatles? You know, tons. I mean, I'd like for us to have some like make some really big hits that'll stick with people. You know, catchy choruses that people always remember. Yeah. Like our song Disown, the chorus is really catchy. You know, it's all about them hooks. But another thing I want is, I also want our albums to be known about. Like going back to the Beatles, you know, Sgt. Pepper's, and you know, all the ones like that, Revolver, Abbey Road, you know, Let It Be. All those albums are like legendary, and I want our albums to be legendary as well, because we've got Method to My Madness planned, which I've kind of wanted to help the most, and we've got some others planned as well. Like I think Netherrealm, is it? Netherworld. But we want our albums to be known as well, like freaking vinyl records reissues, you know, listening to all the songs on the classic style. So yeah, we want great albums as well as the hits, and we just want to be respected as well, really good musicians. I've got an idea for like how the riff should go. Yeah, because the singing's going to be like the chorus is going to be like, it goes like this, it's like something like this. Group mentality breaks the good. It makes you stop thinking as you should. Still killing me inside, and it's making me question, why did you drag me down? Why did you drag me down? Violence and gangs you condone. It makes you stop thinking on your own. Still killing me inside, and it's making me question, why did you drag me down? Why did you drag me down?
Sing
it
like
that.
Loop.
That's just
Sing
the chorus bit.
Sing the chorus on loop, because I'm gonna come up with something.
Yeah. Right, 3, 2, 1.
Inventing of a song.
Right. Group mentality breaks the good.
It makes you stop thinking as you should, and it kills me inside, and it's making me question, why did you drag me down? Why did you drag me down? Violence in days you condone. It makes you stop thinking on your own, still killing me inside, and it's making me question, why did you drag me down?
I mean, the thing that got me into music was listening to music, as well as back in the day when Guitar Hero was big, because I was one of those people, you know. So yeah, I mean, that's what got me into wanting to, you know, play guitar initially, and then I went off to do drums, because I mean, I self-taught myself. That's how I learned how to play it. And guitar, learning how to play that was a bit too slow for my liking, trying to learn it, so I just went to learn drums, and yeah, I've stuck with drums ever since, really. I kind of look at it and think, yeah, that's good, but every time I do look back at it, I kind of think they could have done that better, could have done this better, could have done that better. Yeah, it's because most of the bands I listen to, at least some of the ones that take heavy influence from Slipknot, you know, bands like Slipknot especially, do have this masked persona.
Yeah.
And I remember looking at Slipknot back in the day when I was getting into music, and I was like, this is awesome. I just thought there was something different back in the day, because, you know, they were out there, they were, you know, they were different, they were brilliant, they were influential in my opinion. I mean, Joey's one of my favourite drummers, and sadly he's not with the band anymore, because reasons, and he left, and I really do hope that one day he returns, you know, before they really do pack up and retire, because they've been going for 20 odd years.
So it is kind of like three kind of different riffs, but that's a good thing.
Would you say that you're scary?
God! Are we gonna do this song or what? What the fuck is this?
No, I mean, in spite of the fact that I wear a mask, and
would you say that scares people?
I mean, I kind of hope it. I kind of hope it doesn't. I kind of hope it does, because it's supposed to be a persona. When
how many masks do you have?
A few.
A few.
Yeah, only about 3 or 4, probably 5. One of them is a Joey mask. I do have one in the back.
Do you want to go get it? If you want, show us it.
I mean, I will admit, I'm not really, you know, like some people who make masks, and you know, like Slipknot are able. I mean, Slipknot didn't make their own, but you know, they're custom-made masks, obviously, and that's their personas. I mean, this is one of the masks I do own. I do hope to get more in the future.
Have you made that?
No, this is
right.
This is bull. This is just a.
You can take it off if you want now.
It's just a rip-off Jason mask.
Jason mask.
But it's black.
Really good.
But it's black.
How many drumsticks does it take to reach Thierry's height? I genuinely want to know.
About 4. 4.
We could test, like, you've got some lower, I've got some. Oh, we actually tested.
I've got some things.
Leave me alone.
So, this is funny.
We're just curious.
This is funny. Like this.
Whoa.
Antony. No, Antony, put them down again. We'll try and we'll make sure it's accurate. We want to get a precise reading.
4. Just hold it like.
Yeah, 4 drumsticks is taller than Thierry.
Fuck off, you land. Fuck off, you Scottish brother.
And that's one of the jokes.
Do you think Thierry takes that as a joke?
I'd like to hope I'd like to think he does, because I mean, I wouldn't relentlessly mock his height if he didn't take it as a joke.
Do you think he? What do you think? Do you think he ever gets any time, like any way of offence towards that?
No, I mean,
because obviously that's a big thing.
I've said harsher things, probably, like taking them mocked his musical taste, because he's a nu metal fan, and to quote Deadpool, nu metal did to music in the 90s.
Here now.
The devil's next.
The devil's next. Right.
It's horrible. What you're doing on my phone.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. He looks like a character from a 2008 film.
You can't steal off my guitar on my phone, can ya?
A clear shot of the record. Nobody cares about your sex life. You like freaking brag about this shit. No one gives a shit, mate. It's your personal life.
And you're always saying that I'm
it's
shit
your
at
fucking
guitar.
personal life. Nobody cares.
Because that's something you do now.
You don't go around saying, oh, I did this, oh, I did that. Nobody cares.
We're giving these guys so much fucking big blood shit.
I mean,
If you cured world hunger, if you found the reason to take away cancer, that matters. But nobody cares if you shouldn't.
I think we might have taken that a bit too far.
You might want to like move.
Oh, we got behind the scenes stuff here.
Are you alright?
yeah.
That's what we were saying before. It gets a little bit like
Yeah.
like bullying a little bit. You know. That's what I said. It's a bit wrong, really. You know. Personally, I don't really believe in banter. Doesn't really work.
I mean, the banter is fine, we have a laugh, but they keep saying I'm shit at guitar and stuff, and it just gets too much sometimes.
Yeah.
They
We kind
a bit
of.
over the top with it.
Yeah. Who do you think pissed you off the most?
Probably Sharrukh. He points it out more stuff than just shows off.
What do you think of Sharrukh?
Like, when he's not saying I'm shit at guitar, he's an alright lad. Can have a laugh with him. But
Do you get like that sometimes? You know, when like you get very angry and you instantly remove yourself from the room.
on occasion, like Thierry does it more.
I am not going into this.
Well, no, who does it?
Yeah, Thierry don't want to hear this conversation. We're going to leave it there.
About his about.
We shall continue this conversation. Never.
I don't know what I'm about. Somebody masturbates for him.
No, Kieran was saying I masturbate 5 times a day, and I went, I don't fucking masturbate. I have someone else who'll do it for me.
Sex life again, saying stupid shit. So.
No, I'm telling Kieran that I don't fucking wank 5 times a day.
So like, I don't usually walk out the room like that. But Thierry does.
Right. What do you think pissed you off the most about that?
It's that they keep pointing out that I'm shit at guitar and acting like I don't try.
Do you think they're genuine about that?
I don't know, it's like Antony and Thierry have a laugh about it, but
is it
we
Sharrukh?
have, yeah, because like me, Antony and Thierry, we're like the 3 amigos. We always hang out at college and shit. We have a laugh together, a bit of banter.
For amigos. So is
Yeah.
there some kind of like, you know, ununity in the group then?
It's not that, it's Sharrukh and Kieran are newer to the group. Like, I'm happy with them in the group, but they're newer to it. Whereas like, me, Antony and Thierry, we've known each other for longer.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, should we go back in?
In the Hot Chain group chat, Thierry mentioned about a certain artist that was doing the cover of the new album. After hearing about the hot new album cover, I had no shame to come visit the artist. We've kept Lowlight's identity a secret, keeping his real name completely hidden.
Is it that house there, right? Oh, hello. Hello.
Hiya. Beat. After you. Sorry.
Hello, I'm here with what was it? Lowlight, the artist of Hot Shame's new album. So, would you like to give us a tour around your workshop?
Of course, yeah. Come on through. Right. This is my workshop. I call it the Dark Terminus. It's Latin for. It's Latin for. Oh no, it's Greek for. It's Greek for temple.
Temple.
Yeah, and this is my workshop. This is where I work, do all my costumes and everything.
So tell us about Thierry and his album and how the story kind of went with all that.
He wanted me to have a concept like disturbed, an X-ray background. So this is what I did. It's a multimedia piece. Well, I did this terrible sketch because I got bored one day. I was trying to trace the Disturbed guy, but put it in my style. So I redesigned it and did it to this. Yeah, the chains linked on, and I had to painted it on. So this bad boy here that I did, which is
and then this is so that was the development. It was that and that, and then.
So what I had to do here, when I was in level 2 at college, I had a lot of X-rays from a few teachers and friends and stuff. And I had three of my teeth removed, so I put like my own set of teeth up there as a bit of a cheeky reference because there's a part of me in there. So I had to use various of X-rays from wrists to ribs, feet, pelvis, a skull, ribs, and more ribs, you know. And it took me about 5 days, you know, and my girlfriend was watching at me saying, "You work too hard, you know that." I said, "Look, who's talking, love? You're the one that works at a call centre."
So tell us about the whole thing with what you want to talk about with autism and memes.
Right, for autism, really, it's since I've known about it for years, it kind of needs to get out there a lot. You know, there's a lot of people, you know, who suffer with autism. I mean, like, you know, like there's a lot of autistics out there. You know, some that aren't undiagnosed, some that you know just trying to hide because they're embarrassed by it, because it's either one, they're getting bullied, or two, they're being discriminated.
So do you appreciate the Nazis for discovering autism in a way?
To be honest, I am 50-50 like with Nazism. It's all discrimination, you know, but it's like, you know, gays have rights, you know, but gays have rights, you know, gays have rights, all sorts of peoples have rights.
Later that day, I received a telephone call from Thierry. Oh, hello, Thierry.
Hey, you're right, Connor. I just needed to tell you something.
What?
We got the gig.
You got the gig?
Yeah. We've got a venue now.
Wow. Knowing that Hot Shame were having a gig made me extremely excited. I knew I just had to attend. So Thierry, tell us about what happened with Lewis while we were away.
It was just a tiny bit of drama. We mentioned that, you know, me, Kieran, Sharrukh and Anne, we wanted to start a separate kind of like band, separate little project, maybe some more experimental stuff, and he kind of took it personally a little bit.
Would you have left him by himself?
Like, the thing is, we didn't mean to, like, you know, exclude him in a way. We just wanted to, like, try something else with a different kind of direction and stuff.
Yeah.
And he was getting all upset saying, "Oh, I don't really have a
I don't really have any other options other than Hot Shame. You guys might get bigger than me. You guys might make more money than Hot Shame.
Yeah, it might feel like the drum, the ex-drummer of the Beatles, when they're in Germany. Do you remember that? Yeah, it like feel like that a little bit.
It shouldn't. I wouldn't do it just for the money. This stuff, I do it, the band stuff, because I really enjoy it. It shows my talents. The money is just a small bit of it. And anyways, in these times, you can't really like have your band as a living.
Yeah.
You obviously need a different job, unless you're like really bloody big, unless you're like Metallica Black Album era.
Or the Beatles.
Yeah, Beatles, when did they get...
They got big round about like... What? What do you mean?
I wanna hold your hand.
Yeah, they had the old yeah, and then they they got a bit bigger. It was when they went to America.
That is like when you
Oh,
have your
the
band as a
Beatles.
job. But if you're like everyone else, if you just like normie like everyone else, you got to get a normal job.
Are you excited for the big time today?
Oh, definitely. Because the last time we played live was it was in July, and it's February now.
2018.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't done it since July, and all we did was The Devil's Nectar, and I covered 2 songs by myself, which were Shimmer by Fuel and Hemorrhage.
And that was the thing on the YouTube, isn't it?
Yeah.
On the YouTubes. Yeah.
Yeah, and Devil's Nectar was the only song we had, and now we've got 2 extra songs. It's like a proper set list doing 3 songs.
You're properly growing. Like you're actually growing now. And I'm really glad that we managed to actually come to it today, and we can actually film you here. Blackburn Youth Zone. And I think you do more of this. There might be somebody here that might know you. You do a few Blackburn Youth Zones, and then maybe Wembley.
Yeah, maybe what's it called? Manchester Arena? Is it just?
I was thinking Wembley. Think big.
Oh yeah. But maybe the arena and stuff. Maybe like
O2 Arena.
Yeah, that's it. That's the good one. Liverpool as well.
I saw Walking with Dinosaurs there.
Oh, you did? Yeah. Oh God, yeah. I was thinking of Disney's Dinosaur. 2000.
Oh, that was another great movie. But no, like the old BBC Walking with Dinosaurs. That was they had like a whole show on. You ready for the act?
Yes, I am.
You nervous?
Not really. We've done a few gigs before. Has been a while since our last one, but we know what we're doing. Me, Antony, and Thierry have performed together enough times.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, there was a little bit of confusion, but we finally got here and we're ready to roll. We've got it all sorted.
Pretty nervous.
Lewis seems to be just absolutely fine with it, but you're really. Yeah, I think you'll do really well. You're a brilliant drummer, Antony.
I mean, Lewis is Lewis, though. He's upbeat no matter what he does half the time.
So you're not nervous at all. You're like proper going in for it.
Yeah, I mean, Sharrukh won't be here, but Kieran says he's not going to be here because he's got an event here at 7. But what he doesn't realise is this is that event. So once he gets here, we're going to tell him to run upstairs for a bass.
That's a shame they're not turning up.
We've got the trio. We're all here. So we can still rock the show.
How nervous are you?
Ooh, just a little bit, yeah. Because I've got to remember all these lyrics. I've got to remember my stage persona and stuff. I've got to be exciting for the crowd.
Right, well, let's get into it then, shall we?
Are you ready for this?
We're gonna rock the party. This song's called Disown, and in our opinion, it's the best one we have. We really love this one. So this is Disown.
You're going down now. They can't survive for the actions you betrayed. This is the end. My final message to disown me. Well, I'm gonna disown you. No, no, I'm never leaving. No, no, no. I've known so many, been through this, frightened of what will happen next. But please remember, this won't last forever. You will evade them and get through this. But to you abusers, I wish you dead for all that you have done to innocence. You think you're free, but where does your outcome lie? No more of this. You're going down now. They don't survive for the actions you betrayed. This is the end. My final message to disown me. Well, I'm gonna disown you. Go, go. I'm gonna disown you. Go, go. I'm never Thank you. You've been watching. Good night.
Sharrukh and Kieran didn't turn up to the gig. This caused tension within the band.
Hello. So now, we've come to a place. We either live in the woods, or we don't know where we are. Should we go upstairs then?
Yeah,
come
sure.
on, let's
Come
go.
on, I'll show you where the setup. So this is my house. Oh, this is my room.
It's like a little hobbit house. Oh wow.
That's my room. So this is the place. As you
Bigger than my room.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Twice the size.
Ever since I was young, I guess my parents would like put music on in the background on their old stereo, which they've given to me. They'd play tapes of Queen, and they'd play a lot of Britpop and stuff like that. That kind of music, you know, back in the early 2000s, growing up. Later on, I got into more heavier music when I got onto the internet, discovering metal. A lot of the bands like Metallica and all that, you know, Slipknot eventually. And then I put them on my phone. I used to download albums on my phone, and that's how I really got into them, how I really got into that style of music. I guess I like it because it's kind of like for the people who've, like, you know, the misunderstood people, the people that don't always, like, you know, fit in and have issues with the world. It's very powerful stuff. I think my problem with a lot of pop music is it's just in phases, if you get me. You know, once that fad has faded out, it'll become dated. But metal has always kind of like stuck around for people and stuff, and it gathers people. I mean, there's elitists, but it's gathered people around. I mean, even heavy rock, hard rock, same thing really. It's gathers people around. Passion.
So let's start off with your most popular song, which would probably be Disown, and your most practiced one. And would you say, how did that come into being? How was that created?
That was created because it is a personal song. But I mean, personally, I had a good childhood, good upbringing and stuff. But I wrote that song for the people who've been through that kind of stuff, friends who've been through that stuff, struggle with family, even things personally, issues with school, you know, in a way. It's kind of like my way of standing up to the people who put me down, make fun of me and stuff in a way. So that's why I made Disown, but yeah.
So moving on to the future, do you think you'll stick with Hot Shame?
Well, hopefully we do. I'm hoping that I think we want to release an EP first, or then we'll do this proper album, make the production proper fancy and stuff, and then I hope we'll continue doing albums. We don't want to be like, let's say a band, I don't want to like name names, but a band like kind of like Nickelback or AC/DC doing like the same kind of album. I think we want to like mix things up, different ideas. So as long as we always try to experiment, I'll stick with the band. And even then, I hope to go with other side projects, perhaps like a more softer alternative rock band.
The band began an unexpected argument in their group chat. Nobody knew what the fate of the band would be. So we've heard about Sharrukh and Kieran.
Oh yeah, I know. I get you. Yeah, I know.
First of all, we just want to go through it with you, if that's all right.
Yeah, it's fine. Go ahead.
How about you just tell us how hard all this hit you?
Well, you know, I'm here just like chilling at home and stuff, having like a good conversation, and then I see my band members, you know, fighting amongst each other.
Well, let's go through that.
Well, and it really like shocked me reading all that, you know.
Well, let's go through and see the horror, as you would say.
Go ahead.
So we begin with, in a positive light of, so who's quoting you? So who's in favour with the idea to make an EP? You asked for, in a way, a vote. Who's in favour? And we have Kieran going me. So Kieran's up for it. So everything seems positive right now. Everything's like, you go, I'm still sure, but so you go, I'm unsure, but I see the positives. You know, it's just chat, and we go through it all, and you and Kieran are talking, and I ask what it is, and Lewis enters, and he goes, I'm up for it. So everybody seems to be up for it. Chat, and Lewis suggests a ballad. Yeah. Now this was the beginning of the end.
Oh yeah.
We have the quote, as you would say, the Nagasaki bomb.
Yeah.
Lewis.
I shouldn't really laugh,
It's I know, I get it, but it is. Lewis, you don't have the skills to do a ballad. No offense. Ooh, and Lewis responds in a very negative light. Still could recover. Fuck you. And then Sharrukh fires back again. I would, so would my GF. Didn't know you were gay.
I mean, that's just. I mean, we're still good mates, but that's kind of a low blow in terms of humour. You know?
It kind of changes from humour a bit. And in a way, I don't want to give my opinion, but Kieran kind of sides with the wrong person in a way. He says, whoa, you shouldn't speak to Sharrukh Zahoor like that, or I'm leaving the band.
Yeah, and I think threats almost, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, all Lewis has said, fuck you, and Sharrukh's fired twice at him. So Kieran's instantly backed Sharrukh up. Instantly. And Sharrukh again fires again. Music industry is hard on musicians. No point sugarcoating shit. likes to swear. And then Lewis goes off, don't give me shit saying I'm a bad guitarist because I started the fucking band and I invited you to join in the first place. What's your response with all this?
Well, it's just, I mean, it's always hard to see, like, friends falling apart and stuff. Yeah. It's, you know, in a way, you know, I'm feeling like it's, you know, like my fault for, like, you know, not trying to put a stop to it in some way.
You can't stop this, you know. He says he says the Nagasaki and Hiroshima. He says the Hiroshima now. He says, Lewis, your technique is bad.
Yeah, that's definitely like putting him down. Right? I mean, I do agree with criticism. I'm not going to say that, but still, it was definitely. I think, you know, Lewis felt like he was being put down.
Throughout the time that I have spent with Hot Shame, I have seen their peaks and their lows. But aside from all that nonsense, I feel that this hot, upcoming band will weather the dark, gloomy storm that they are in. In the end, they will have no shame. This was Hot Shame.
Well, I mean, it's kind of disappointing they've been, you know, kicked out in a way while they've left. But, you know, we're still together, there's three main guys, I guess.
Weren't you, like, planning to cut Lewis out?
Planning to do what?
Cut Lewis out before? A whole new band just without him? Are you still planning on doing this?
We're doing it kind of like secretly, you know, on Tuesdays.